Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well guys, today we are going to take a look at, I say little knife. It's on the smaller side, but it's the SRM Cub. Now if you remember, the Cub came to us in last month's monthly knife club box. And like I said, I've said many times, those mystery boxes and stuff, they definitely aren't for everyone. I have fun with them. Gives me an opportunity to check out knives I probably wouldn't see otherwise. And every once in a while, you come across a little guy like this. And I'm going to tell you what, just because it's named the Cub after a little animal, this one's got a pretty decent bite. And I will show you exactly what I'm talking about here in a bit. But of course, we're going to start out like normal. We have G10. Textured G10 that gives you a very good grip. Overall fit and finish is done pretty well. Of course, you've got the back spacer there. You've got a spot for a lanyard. You have a reversible deep carry clip. Now you're going to have maybe just a little bit poking out there. Not much. Not much at all. Nested liners. Let's see. Centering. It's always kind of, yeah, we're pretty dead on. Pretty dead on as the centering, as far as centering goes. But yeah, the overall fit and finish is really nice on one. And that texturing on that G10 does give you a very, very good grip. Now, as you can tell, the only means of opening are either the ambi-lock, their version of the crossbar lock, of course, or you do have the hole for flipping. And I tell you what, I reverse flip, yep. I don't use crossbar locks. So this is reverse flip only. Now, yes. Well, you can. There you go. You can thumb flip it open. For sure. But, reverse flick, I have finally gotten, so I'm able to do it on quite a few knives. So I do it more often. But anyway. So now, you've got this Wharncliffe blade. Now, as you can see, it is layered. It's layered steel. You have a top layer of stainless steel. Doesn't really identify what stainless steel, but they just call it laminated 140 CR. Now, I had to look up 140 CR, and they say it is everything I said or read said it is very similar to S35VN. I'm okay with that. S35VN is a pretty good steel. I've had very good luck with it. And that, that lamination mark there just kind of gives it a little bit of a cool look, I think. Of course, you've got a coated blade, black blade. You do have some jimping up there that is okay. Now, normal grip. Now, you can kind of see that your normal grip can kind of flow up because you don't have a flipper tab or anything like that holding you back. So, this would be my normal grip. Jimping right there underneath my thumb. And it's good. It's decent jimping. Works out pretty well. I always talk about coated blades and jimping. It kind of, the thumb does slide a bit. So, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Like I said, Wharncliffe blade. There you go. SRM. Where's it at? There it is. And it's got that whole bunch of numbers. Wow, this thing's really arguing with me today. There's your model number, and then of course a whole bunch of other numbers. Okay. Anyway. SRM. I think that looks kind of cool. Anyway, so I did say little knife, and it is. It's a smaller knife. You're just right around 7 inches, maybe just a hair over 7, about a 4 1/4 inch handle, which is going to give you right about that 3-ish inch blade. And then, of course, our cutting edge is coming in at it's about 2 5/8. And I talk quite often about, those short cutting edges and how it works, with me cutting rope. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about this now. Usually 6 and 9 thread ropes, it does very well. This one did excellent on those. Those short cutting edges usually give me, you know, a little bit of a more of a problem with the thicker rope. Not this knife. This knife really impressed, especially with that short cutting edge. Because, I mean, it flew through 6 and 9 thread, wasn't even a challenge. So I was like, all right, we'll put it up against some 21 thread. The minute I curled over and started pushing, I could feel the knife biting into that 21 thread. Now, I saved this. I saved this 21 thread. That is one swipe with the Cub. It cut in it. That is a very, very clean cut on 1/2 inch natural fiber. I had to keep this and show you guys because it impressed me. I don't think I've ever done that before with any knife, as a matter of fact. And I know somebody's going to say, well, why didn't you do it on camera? Well, because you know what? I knocked my camera around and it's a pain in the butt. But when I did it, there you go. And of course, I'll say this. Believe me or not, it's really up to you. I'm telling you, this is one swipe with the SRM Cub. It had zero. I'm telling you, that's why I kept this piece. I couldn't believe it. It just did so well. Like I said, you know, that initial, when I bend the rope over and start that cut, I could just feel it sinking into that 21 thread. You know, you do that initial pressure, you know, and then you make your swipe. Yeah. Performed way better than I thought it was going to. You know, there's those short cutting edges. They sometimes give me 50%. That's a good, you know, that's the old college try. Not this one. It went straight through. No issues. No how whatsoever. All right. So let's get you. Oh, your grip length. Got to get that out there. So, you know, I mean, you can. That's my normal grip. So that's pretty much how I am going to measure it. I measured out to about 4 inches, so I do have a bunch, you know, I mean, not a bunch, but almost a full finger length left over, pinky width, we'll call it. So it's got a decent handle for a small knife too. It performs way above its size, in my opinion, way above its size. So up against the bug out, we're looking at, it's bug out-ish. Bug out's got a little bit more on the blade. And the SRM, tiny bit more on the handle. Then, of course, we'll put the PM2 out there, and we'll see how that works. Obviously, the PM2 going to be a larger knife. There you go. As always, let's get a weight on it. .7 ounces, or 76 grams. And, excuse me, a little sniffy. Apologize, guys. In the pocket, even with that texturing, it is pretty smooth in the pocket. You will have a tiny bit of peekaboo. And then, well, we're not even there. Now we're bottomed out. And, I mean, very, very little. Very little sticking out of the pocket. Comes out, get a decent pop. The clip is pretty stout. Not worried about this thing going anywhere in the pocket. So, overall, well, we talked about the fit and finish. The fit and finish is done well. No issues whatsoever with the fit and finish. The action, we're on phosphor bronze washers. You got the ambi-lock, the crossbar lock. Like you said, maybe polish those washers up a little bit. Get a little bit. You got to give it a decent swing to get it to close. I mean, nothing too crazy. Action is pretty good. Flips out there pretty well. Now, if you want to go ambi-lock flip, I mean, you can definitely do that. For me, it's a reverse flicker. Right there. And ergos. The ergos are really good. Probably about a 1/2 inch, maybe just shy as far as width goes. It feels absolutely fantastic in hand. You know, the only thing I have to warn you about is, there isn't a flipper or anything keeping you from that heel of the knife, or the heel of the blade, excuse me. So, I mean, you do have to be careful. Maybe stay back on it a little bit more. But I am very, very impressed with the SRM Cub. And this is really my first time with that 140 CR steel. So, really interested. And just one more time, guys. One swipe. 2 5/8 inch cutting edge. And it had zero problem with 1/2 inch natural fiber rope. That natural fiber rope is tough on knives. The Cub, yeah, said, whatever, I got you. And it did. So, well done. Well done, SRM. I am very impressed with the Cub. Absolutely, 100%. It performed way above its size, way better than I expected. And just congrats. And thanks, of course, to you guys for stopping by and checking out the SRM Cub with me today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. As always, I did price. My goodness, I didn't tell you the price. $70. Just under 70 between friends. Just under 69, I think. So, for performance, for how it performed, I know you'll probably think, oh, G10. Yeah, okay. I got it. I got you. G10, that 140 CR. Okay. Performance? Yeah. I'm okay. I'm definitely okay. So, there you go. $70. Thanks a lot, guys. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. I love talking to you. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.